Hey everyone, what is going on? So we're actually at the Twilight competition and I'm really excited for this. I did get second place, so not too bad, not too bad. Pretty competitive people, so I had a lot of fun, really exciting. I actually tied for second, but anyway, we'll get into that as we continue the battles. Beginning with Alolan Marquise, at least I'm beginning with Skuntank. Decided to stay in. No, I noticed 4 of his Pokemon were weak to Confusion, so I had to bring Venomoth in every single battle because he had to bring at least one of those Pokemon with him, right? At the very bare minimum. So he does have his Azumarill, and I'm going to go ahead and switch into my own Azumarill, and we're basically evenly matched at this point. I'm going to go ahead and take that Ice Beam easily. I eat up Ice Beam any day of the week. I go ahead, get off that play rough, he goes ahead and blocks it. And, yeah, this is basically an Azumarill versus Azumarill bubble. He gets off that play rough, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I get off that play rough, couldn't get the 3 rings around it, wasn't fast enough, but I go ahead and take this play rough, and I'm gonna go ahead and get off my own play, and I believe he blocks this one. No, he doesn't actually, so he's very low, and I'm able to finish him off with bubble. I actually lied, he does get a move off first, that's right, so he gets off his charge move, but I'm going to go ahead and block that because I knew I would finish him off with bubble, having play rough ready to go, so we're able to go ahead, get off that play rough, force the shield, because Toxicroak is going to go ahead and block, of course. I bring in my Venomoth, and of course you guys know Venomoth is going to eat right through Toxicroak. So we do go ahead and take the first game. Now it is 2 out of 3, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the next game. But really fun match. This is actually my neighbor, so really fun match with that. I'm beginning with Skuntank. He begins with Toxicroak. I'm going to go ahead and pull a switch to Venomoth, and of course he's going to have to switch, but even though he has to switch, we still took half his health away, more than half his health, so I'll definitely take that. I go ahead, get off a Silver Wind, no boost there, unfortunately. He's going to go ahead and activate Ice Beam. I do block that, and I do get off yet another Silver Wind, hoping for that boost, and we actually do go ahead and get the attack and defense boost. Now, I still feel like I was in a good position despite that boost, so I don't think the boost mattered in this game, but we do go ahead and get it. And going to go ahead for another Silver Wind. He blocks it. Now, you could still get a boost even if they block, so it's not really a big deal if they block. But he's going to go ahead and knock out my Venomoth. But I'm going to go ahead and bring in Azumarill. Now, his Venomoth is so weak, even if he got the boost, it wouldn't have mattered. But we go ahead and knock out Venomoth. He brings in his Toxicroak, and that's all she wrote. I mean, Azumarill is going to be able to completely destroy Toxicroak. I mean, he does have a shield left, but he's so low. Bubble's going to be able to knock him out, whatnot. He actually gets off a move, and I almost go down, I guess, but Bubble is able to finish Toxicroak off, so we do go ahead and take game 1 in the tournament. So there's 4 rounds, but yeah, really good game. Moving on to my friend Joker. You have seen him time and time again, right? I begin with my Venomoth because I know he loves to begin with Quillfish, and I knew Confusion was going to go right through Quillfish. However, he also does a lot with Water Gun as well, so Quillfish, really powerful. I probably should have used that on my team as well, but we do go ahead and knock out Quillfish, that's fine. Get off that Silver Wind, he goes ahead and blocks it, and we're going to go ahead and pull that switch into Toxicroak. He gets off his Flamethrower, and I figured it was Flamethrower, so I do go ahead and block it. I get off Mud Bomb, so of course Mud Bomb is going to go ahead and do a lot of damage, but he does block it, so we do take the shield away from him. We get off yet another Mud Bomb, so really good position for us. We almost knock him out, and then that counter is going to be able to knock him out. He does bring in his Skuntank. I get off a Mud Bomb, and that is going to knock out Skuntank, so we actually do go ahead and take game 1. So really good game for us. Picking up 500 starters, I'll definitely take that any day of the week, So beginning with Skuntank, I knew he wouldn't begin again with Quillfish, at least I predicted that he wouldn't, so he does go ahead and fortunately gets off his charge move. I take that Poison Fang like a champ because I am poison type, and we do go ahead and get off Flamethrower. He's going to go ahead and opt to block that, which costing him a shield, which I'm really happy with. We still have both of our shields, so looking pretty good. Skuntank is low. He actually gets off another Poison Fang, but I do go ahead and block that because I knew I would be able to get Flamethrower off, so unfortunately for me, he was able to get it off first. But we both go down at the same time, and yeah, we're evenly matched at this point because we both have 1 shield left. He brings in his Skuntank, I bring in my Azumarill. Now, I do have to be a little bit careful for his poison moves, right? But he does activate that Sludge Bomb. I should have blocked there, but I was predicting Flamethrower, so I guess you could call that a mistake on my end. He knocks out Azumarill, I bring in my Venomoth, and yeah, I wasn't feeling confident at this point. I do go ahead and block that flamethrower, and I do get off a Silver Wind at this point, hoping for a boost. It would definitely help us out. Unfortunately, no boost. He does bring in Tentacruel, so I'm looking okay at this point. We go ahead and activate that Silver Wind. He can't block. But he does get off his Sludge Wave, and Sludge Wave does a lot of moves, and I'm not a fan of Tentacruel. I've used it a couple times, but it's not my favorite Pokemon because the charge moves, and they take a while to charge up, but when they do go off, they do a lot of damage, so he actually does take the win. Unfortunately, we came so close. Probably should have had that game, but that's okay. It was a really good match. I go ahead and activate that Flamethrower, and he's going to go ahead and get off his Shadow Ball. I'm going to go ahead and block that. And he's actually going to go ahead and get off another move, a Poison Fang. I take that, and we get off our Flamethrower at this point. And Flamethrower is going to be able to knock out Golbat. No, it's not. I lied. Golbat actually gets another Poison Fang off, so he does knock out us. But we are going to be able to knock him out immediately with Toxicroak, and he brings in his Alolan Ninetales. And I was going to switch, but I decided no, I'm not going to switch into Venomoth. Venomoth wouldn't really do much at all against Ninetales, but we do go ahead and get off that Dynamic Punch. He does go ahead and block, but both of us are out of shields, which is unfortunate for me because he does have that Side Shock, so that's definitely going to destroy Toxicroak. I bring in Venomoth, hoping that he wouldn't get a Side Shock off, but unfortunately he does get a Side Shock off, so you guys can see the power of Ninetales. He brings in his Tentacruel, but of course, it doesn't matter. Even if we got that boost, we're going to be knocked out. So he actually does go ahead and take that. I lose round 2, but that's okay. We picked up the Sinnoh Stone, so I'll definitely take that. Moving on to round 3. Beginning game 1, he begins with Frostlass. Frostlass is a Pokemon I want to try out for the Tempest Cup, and it actually did well. There was a few people using Frostlass, so Frostlass is a Pokemon I never tried out for Twilight, but I do want to try out for Tempest Cup. But anyway, I do go ahead and use that Flamethrower. He blocks it, and he's going to knock out my Skunk Tank really fast, so he has a really strong lead on me right now. I bring in Toxicroak, and I'm going to go ahead and block this. That Avalanche does a lot of damage, guys, so really, really powerful move. Definitely a Pokemon I am going to be using for the Tempest Cup, or at least try it out. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I'm definitely going to try it out. But we burn his last shield, so we're both down shields. Unfortunately, I cannot block this point, so he knocks out my Pokemon, and I'm like, okay, he's probably going to take game 1 at this point because I'm down both Pokemon, but he brings in his Swalot. I activate Silver Wind, and we actually do go ahead and get the boost, and he was like, oh man, no, those boosts, that was boost coming in handy, and that boost actually did matter. We probably would have lost this game had we not gotten a boost, but he brings in Ivysaur, a Pokemon I was not expecting to see, honestly. I was expecting maybe Venusaur, but not Ivysaur, but we actually do go ahead and take that win. But yeah, I was not expecting that win at all. If it wasn't for that boost, we would have lost for sure. But anyway, he begins with his Frostlass. I begin with a Azumarill this time, switching things up because I knew, well, that actually did a lot. So I was about to say, it can't do a lot to a Azumarill, but no, that actually did quite a bit to a Azumarill, that Shadow Ball. And it charges up quite fast, so getting off that Avalanche, we go ahead and block it, activating Play Rough at this point. He goes ahead and blocks Play Rough, and I was thinking about blocking, decided not to block that Avalanche. We are able to survive it and get off another Play Rough, so just about make it, getting off that Play Rough, knocking out Frostlight. So he is down shields. I still have 1 shield, so that's good for me. And of course, you guys know Venomoth has to come out. Venomoth eats Ivysaur any day of the week, so activate Sludge Bomb, actually doing a decent amount of damage, so maybe I shouldn't say it completely destroys it because it did do a decent amount of damage, but we do have the Swalot as the final Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and activate that Silver Wind, and looking pretty confident at this point since I still have a shield, so I do go ahead and block that Ice Beam, and yeah, at this point it's basically game because he does get off his Ice Beam, which is going to knock out Venomoth, but we still have Toxicroak, and that's going to be able to knock out Swalot. So we do go ahead and win 2-0 in that match. So a really fun game. Thanks a lot for the battles, and we're moving on to the person I was actually in the finals with in the Boulder Cup, where I ended up winning that. I did win the Boulder Cup. Anyway, he begins with his own Frostlass, and I begin with Azumarill. Frostlass, pretty good lead. That's why I decided to begin with Azumarill in this one as well. But we go ahead, get off that Play Rough. He's going to go ahead and block it. would have done a lot of damage to Frostlass. But yeah, Frostlass, showing how strong it is. Frostlass is a really good Pokemon, so I can't wait to use it for the Tempest Cup, or at least practice with it. So you guys will definitely see quite a bit of Frostlass, because I feel like it's going to be really good for that cup. But anyway, he switches into his Swalot. So this looks like a similar battle, doesn't it? But I get off my Ice Beam, and he's going to go ahead and take that. Doing a decent amount. I'm okay with that damage. He actually gets off his move. I'm going to go ahead and block this, because I knew I would be able to get off an Ice Beam. So I do go ahead and get off that Ice Beam and force his last shield. So I have one shield, so looking to be in a pretty good position. We did not get that Ice Beam off in time, unfortunately. But we do go ahead and take out that Swalot, so that's really nice. He switches into a Azumarill. I get off my Silver Wind, of course hoping for a boost, 10%, and we actually do go ahead and get it. So, I block this play rough because we have that nice boost, and I knew I'd be able to do a lot of damage on him, activating that Silver Wind, doing a decent amount of damage thanks to that boost, so we do go ahead and take that win right over there. So I don't think that boost mattered, but it always helps, right? Beginning with Skunk Tank this time, he does begin with his Quillfish, so yeah, so not a whole lot to say. I do get off my Sludge Bomb first. I believe he takes this. Yeah, he does take it. Still doing a decent amount of damage to it. Quillfish, not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world. He gets off Sludge Wave. I really wasn't expecting Sludge Wave, to be honest with you. We get off our own Sludge Bomb, and that's going to go ahead and knock him out. He brings in his Frostlass, and he gets off his, I guess it was Avalanche. Yes, it was Avalanche. We go ahead and block that. I get off my Flamethrower, and Flamethrower would knock it out. A little bit of lag, but, we didn't reset because it just ended up restarting immediately, So, yeah, obviously he blocks that Flamethrower, getting off that Avalanche, knocking out our Pokemon, our Skunk Tank. I am out of shield, so not really the greatest position, but I do have an Azumarill, which can kind of wall Frostlass in a way, pretty good against that. We bring in Venomoth, activating that Silver Wind, and hoping for a boost, of course. We do get it, we do get that boost, so quite lucky. 10%, not too bad, Boosts don't really matter when you're very low in health, but when you're not, when you're full health or near it, boosts are really going to come in handy, believe me. It's really going to help you out. So we do go ahead and get off that Silver Wind. That's going to knock out Frostlass, and that's going to be the game. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.